Hello, we're back with Coach Ringo, the Plano East Football Coaches Show, and Coach, a great win, big win for the East Panthers this week. Tell us a little bit of your thoughts as you reflect back on this week's game.
Well, with being 1-2 after losing to Marcus and to Allen, we felt like obviously this was a must-win for us just to try to get back to level in district play and go to 2-2, and it was we knew it was a tough opponent. They were 4-2. 2-1 in district play coming into the game, ranked 14th in the area, and we had gotten back in, I think, or dropped to 20th. And so, most people, I think, probably didn't pick us to have a chance, and our kids and coaches, felt otherwise. And so it was a great win for us mainly just to get back in the district race, to still continue to have a chance with 3 games to play to get to week 11, which is our goal. We have many other goals that we set as well, but that's the biggest one, get a chance to get in the playoffs. And so it was a great win for us, and one that was hard fought, I think, throughout, other than maybe when we took control in the second half, Chris. But there were some great plays made by big-time players all throughout the game, and so just a tremendous win for us, and one that we're real excited about as we move forward.
Coach, we talked in the last several weeks about you guys have played some great games, but there have been some instances where you wanted to shore things up and you wanted to eliminate a few key mistakes and that kind of thing here. And it looked like Friday night that was the case.
It was. We came out, we had a with the stuff we do before the game, there's some motivational to it, but my thought philosophy on that always is that you fire them up and they forget what you said 30 seconds later, and so they're right back to where you were. And so we try to take a steady approach to it and try to keep an even keel and just try to prepare our kids the best we can. But nevertheless, we came out flat. We gave up the big touchdown run early of 65 yards or 63 yards, and then as the game progressed, though, we started to pick it up a bit and play to the capability that we can play to, and that's the key. I think we've got a really good football team, but we've got to be that team all the time. That's what we told the kids yesterday, and so. After that first score, we kind of settled in, and then we matched it and went 7-7. And then right before the half, our defense had forced 2 field goals in the first half, which again for us we consider a win. They missed both of those, and then the final field goal, we got the ball back with about just a little over a minute left in the game, and about a 95-yard drive went down to go up 14-7 at half, which was huge. We felt like from a momentum standpoint, which would carry us into the third quarter. And third quarter, we'd struggled all year. I think we talked about we'd scored 3 touchdowns all year in that quarter, and we're averaging about 5 per game. And so we came out and we were able to score a touchdown and then hold them to 0 points. So that was big. And in the fourth quarter, we exchanged some blows here or there. Of course, they're going to make big time plays and do some things, and because they've got a really good football team. But every time they made a play, our kids did a great job of matching that play with additional points to keep that 17-point cushion.
And that's certainly a key. You've talked about it in previous shows about stepping up when the other group does make a play, and then being able to fend that off. And Friday night, I think you guys were really, like you say, well coached and played well, and it was a fun game to watch. We've talked a little bit too about some injuries and that kind of thing, and it sounds and looks like you're getting some guys back and getting them back into the flow. They may have already been back a week or so, but can you talk a little bit to that?
You bet. We've, other than the 5 we lost for the season, we've gotten most everybody back now. We had Jerez Nolan, who's an outside linebacker, has done a really good job for us this year, was out with a concussion from the week before, so we held him out. He'll be back this week, and so we thought we'd be back to full strength last week, other than those that we lost for the season, as I said. But we did get Dakota Smith back, number 25, who's also been an outside linebacker and was really a good player for us. And he hasn't played since, well, I guess our last non-district game. So he had missed all of the 3 district games. So it was good to get him back because he really made a difference for us defensively. And that's the key. I think, our defense, our goal is 92% as far as pursuit, and we got to that again the second time this season. Made some mistakes defensively, but for the most part, you saw that unit play a really, really good game. We gave up only a little over 340 yards of total offense to Hebron, and this is a team that had over 700 yards of offense against Flower Mound and 69 points. And so, they're a very explosive team at times. And then 4 of the plays total about 186 yards. So you eliminate the long run and 3 pass plays that we gave up. Our corner's a little banged up at times. Then then it's a dominating defensive performance against what we feel like is a really good football team. Coach Brazel and his staff do a great job, and Hebron's got a great tradition. And so really was proud of our defense and the way they stepped up and and put us in position to play as well as we did. You know, we were up, I think, 31-14, Chris, late, and we kicked off to them. And you know, we try to put the ball in a lot of different places on our strike team or our kickoff team, and our kicker mishit it, and it looked like we tried to kick onside, you know, and which we didn't. So I want to let everybody know right now, we wouldn't have done that up 17 points, but we did. And we almost recovered it, but didn't get it. But that's when they were able to go back down and score and bring it back within a pretty close game, or within 10 points. And that's when our offense responded and was able to take the score back to 38-21, and then we just finished out the game there. And so overall, our special teams, offense and defense, we're getting a little bit closer each week. We're still inconsistent at times. That's probably every program in the state of Texas. You know, there's things that coaches you're never satisfied with. You want to see improvement. And but I like where we are right now as a team. You know, we've got 3 really tough games left, and at 2-2, we know we have our work cut out for us to get to the playoffs and get to Week 11. But we like how our team's playing right now and are excited about the upcoming.
Well, and you can really see the confidence too, and as that continues to build each week. And let's not to get off of last week, but let's take a look forward and in a matchup that a lot of folks are going to look at and see. Obviously, two of the teams in the area that have piled up yards this week. That'll probably be the story. But defensively, obviously that's where the game could be won and lost. Talk a little bit about the matchup coming up against Flower Mound.
Well, they're obviously very explosive. They've done a great job offensively, averaging just under 600 yards per game and 55 points a game. On the flip side of that, they're giving up, right at 500 yards a game and I think 40 points on average, 46 in district play. So, they've done to me they've got a really good defensive front. They did a good job against Marcus and slowing down their run game, so to speak, and they won that game by 3 points. But all of their games have been high-scoring contests and shootouts. I guess is what you'd call them, and really it seems like a lot of the games the last team to score is the team that's going to win the ball game, and in most games that's been them. The two losses they have were to Arlington Martin, who jumped out 35-0 against Flower Mound early in the year, or the third non-district game, and then held them off 58-48. They ended up winning the game, and then Hebron is probably the one that's played the most complete game against them, and they won big, 69-47. So they're intriguing in that they are so explosive offensively. The quarterback and running back are what make that offense go. They've lost some guys to injury offensively as well, but they're deep at the receiver position and really do a good job of taking what defenses give them. They're going to line up a certain way, and then if you don't adjust or match accordingly, then they're going to try to go where you're not. And so been real effective. They do a good job running that offense over there. Their special teams are good, and then defensively, it may be that they're giving up a lot of yardage, a lot of points, but they've been able to win those ball games. And so I think right now for us, what we've got to do, we're not going to change anything that we do. We go into the game and be who we are offensively and defensively, and it's almost like a basketball contest to me at times, or a game you go that if you get a couple of stops down the floor, then that team normally wins the game, and it seems to be the case when you play Flower Mound in this high-powered offense that they have. But we hope to counter with our own high-powered offense, and hope that our defense will rise up and play to our potential.
Well, and I'm sure they will. And Coach, looking back on last week with the pink out and all of that, and seemed to be a pretty good deal, a lot of luck. Any thought of taking any pink over to Flower Mound this week?
There was a lot of pink. My wife's a survivor, and it was neat to be able to honor all the women who have faced this terrible disease. And Coach Humble's wife Carrie lost her mom to breast cancer a while back, and so our kids to wear that tape. And that was the interesting story. We had the tape ordered, but then the company that we had ordered it from didn't order it, so we scrambled around Friday just trying to find it, and had to go to a veterinary clinic in Pilot Point. So what we wore was what they put on racehorses, and which TCU uses the same type of stuff. So I guess you can tape humans and horses with that same tape, but. It was a lot of pink, but I think it meant a lot to the people in the stands, and that was a neat deal. And then this Friday night will be our red out. We're going to honor Living for Zach and his organization, and try and prevent sudden cardiac arrest. And so we'll see us in red spat this week, and along with our white uniforms. And I think Flower Mound's going to do something as well to honor Zach and his organization. So, and that this week is all Living for Zach, his organization, all that's got going on, and his big race is this Saturday at the Shops of Legacy. Saturday morning, we got a fun run, a 1K fun run, and then a 5 and a 10K, and be a neat time. So we hope to see a lot of people come out to that and support, not only Zach's memory, but the foundation now that's trying to prevent this from ever happening again. That's right.
So after that Plano East win over at Flower Mound, you can come out Saturday to the race at the Shops of Willow Bend. And Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Plano East fans, come out in droves. Big ball game. Of course, they're all big, aren't they?
They're
Coach,
all big.
This time.
There's not one that's. You got to win them all, basically. That's our goal.
Well, good luck to you. We'll see you next week.